What's up, guys? So back in the coach. Today we've got pool. Haven't really filmed many pool sessions this off season, I realised. So today is an exciting day because we're doing barbell rows and potentially I'm going to chase a 200 kg row. I always want to, whenever I'm going to hit a milestone, I think it's pretty cool to get a film for YouTube, just so you can see the reaction of like a big goal that I've been chasing for a long period of time. It's not to say it's 100% going to happen. I've got to be smart because I'm also, right now, I'm going away in like a week on holiday for 4 days with Ruby, and I will be deloading there, so just taking time off just for 3 or 4 days. And therefore I'm pushing my sessions forward a little bit. So I'm doing push-pull legs off, push-pull legs, and then I'm away. So I'm not resting either side of pulling legs, which helps so much with recovery. So that means tomorrow I've got legs. So it would make sense to probably back off, but you know, if it's there, I'm going to take it, you know, and I'll just do like a lighter barbell squat. At the end of the day, for me, you know, do I need more quads? Not as much as I need more back, so it's not the end of the world if I sacrifice my barbell squat a little bit tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But the barbell row is obviously a very controversial movement. I see a lot of people misunderstanding it on Instagram, so I think it'll be good to get into that because people always go, oh, why are you using loose form? Like, your body needs to be more still, and it's not the case. Like, I'm not trying to isolate my back, I'm trying to work my whole back, and people don't get that. So yeah, I'll show you what the purpose of it is for me today. And yeah, other than that, it's just going to be another productive session really, hopefully at peak off season. This morning I was 96 kilos, which is nearly 212 pounds, which is my lightest weigh-in. Well, I was around 158 pounds when I competed. So a good amount of body weight has been put on in the last 10 months. A long period of time, sustained in a surplus, and it's really helped me. But yeah, we've got 3 weeks left around until we diet. September the 1st is when the diet begins. So these sessions now are going to be some of the most impressive sessions in terms of performance for you know, YouTube, and to show you what really matters is what goes on the gym floor when you're at peak body weight. So yeah, let's do it, but it's going to be a good session. It's going to be a good row day. Yeah. I picked it up, it feels like I'm on the bar. Feels good. The extra body weight helping me. So I want to talk about the barbell row. So you've probably seen I've done a couple warms now. You've seen my form, like how it is. And the purpose of this movement is a hinge. Like, see it like a deadlift or an RDL. You know, I'm bent over with my torso pretty over the bar. I'm challenging my erectors a lot. I'm stretching out a lot to like mid-shin to really challenge my glutes as well. So this is basically a hinge that's working my whole posterior chain, but it's just an upper back bias hinge. So it's like if a deadlift was more lower bias, this is more upper bias. So it's a way of allowing me to hit my glutes, hamstrings, erectors adequately, but without it being too high of a stimulus that it's going to take me away from other movements I have in my split. So for example, tomorrow I'm doing a barbell squat. There's no chance I could deadlift and do a barbell squat tomorrow. Absolutely no way. So, and even if you did do like a hack squat, this is a good way of still getting more out of a hack squat. There's still spinal loading on that movement. So the barbell row is like a good challenge with the glutes, the erectors, but it's not too much. And then on your other pull session, you can do a deadlift, and you can pick a movement which will allow you to get away with a bit more lower back fatigue into legs. So yeah, that's the purpose of this movement. That's why I've got looser form, because I still want to challenge this area. If I'm just trying to isolate my lat and just like this, it's pointless. I may as well do a chest supportive row. There's no point doing that. So yeah, a barbell row is a compound for a reason, you know? So yeah, loose form on rows, yeah, body rows are completely fine, and they have actual like reasoning behind doing it, as opposed to just chasing an ego. easy. Oh, fuck. I wanted 5. Huh? Good. Fuck. Oh, that felt good. This just would not happen if I was worrying about having abs. Like, this would not be happening at all if I was staying like, I don't know, 8 kilos away from like a lean, separated ab look. Like, I would not be barbell rowing anywhere near this. And my back, my glutes, my hamstrings would not be growing anywhere near it as well. So, like, you gotta understand this, guys. Do not be scared to gain body weight. If you want to test the limits, like if you really want to push performance to the absolute limits, you have to gain body weight. And it's so much fucking better lifting a fucking load in the gym, seeing where you can push yourself as a natural, than just looking lean and mediocre all day. So do not be scared of doing stuff like this, guys. Do not be scared of gaining body weight and chasing numbers in the gym. Because I promise you, when you diet down, people will look at you and think, fucking hell, he's natural. That's crazy. You cannot do that if you stay lean all the time. Yeah, fuck it. I might be soft, but I just rode 200 kg. And I'll fucking take that over abs any day. Ooh. Oh. When you see people doing single arm rows, I feel like a lot of people butcher it because they recruit too much scap. Because it's a row, it's quite easy to bring in the scap. And a lot of the time that's caused because people use like a cable machine and it's low to high. So it's a little bit too low and then they're going like this. If your elbow is coming up, you're not gonna isolate your lat whatsoever. So the reason this machine is so good is because the plane it moves in is down. So if you hold it single arm, it's literally coming down into the pocket. So my elbow is forced to do what it's meant to do, to recruit the lower lat, you know, moving downwards. So yeah, very nice piece. When you do something like a single arm row, just make sure the intent is right. So the way I perceive like the meaning of mind to muscle connection is basically understanding the function of the muscle and then thinking about that in your head when you're doing the movement. So when I'm doing this, like I'm thinking, all right, upper arm across the rib cage, keep stretching from here, from here, from here, and that'll get a really nice stretch through the lat. So it's just about understanding what is the function of that muscle group you're training and then, you know, applying it. Oh, fuck. So I think could be worthwhile just to talk about single arm pull downs, because it's something that I see butchered a lot on social media, and it's a movement that is extremely effective if you know how to do it right. So the main issue I see a lot of people doing is they just work in this like short range, they just go like this. And that's not worth it, especially with all the studies coming out at the moment on length and partials and the stretch and isometric holds and all this stuff. It's so clear that we should always train a muscle for its fully lengthened range. And if we had to choose between one or the other, we'd rather bias the lengthened range. So it's worth talking about this, because how do we lengthen out the lat as much as possible without like ruining this movement? Because a massive mistake people make is they come on this movement, they come down, and then they stretch like this. Now my shoulder has just come up loads. So I'm just stretching out from here, not from my lat. And you're taking tension away from the lat. So instead, you need to cue upper arm across your rib cage slowly, keeping that shoulder down. And once you're in that stretch here, that's it. And then you go down. So I'm stretching out as much as possible. My upper arm is coming this way across my rib cage to allow me to get this huge stretch. And I'm there. And we just stay in here. And that's just how to keep continuous tension on the lat, but fully lengthening out your lat. So, no, let's say something else, wait. Can you cut it? What was I gonna say? There was something in my head that I was about to say and I just forgot. Right. Oh yeah. And then something else people make an error of is when they get the lat short, they close the angle massively. They go like this. That's all bicep. You should drag the elbow down to the hip without closing the angle too much. So the angle will close a little bit here, but from here, all I've changed is the positioning of my upper arm, but my arm angle is the same. That's how you can fully shorten the lat off without any bicep. So just think you've got like a hook here, and just driving that elbow down to the hip. And one other thing that I see a lot of people make is the mistake of, is they change their grip. They go like this. Why would you do that? That's not giving you any more stretch through the lat. You're just moving your delt. So you're going into that pronated grip. Don't. Just keep the grip the same here, keep the elbow tucked, and just stay here. And you'll notice my body's angled to the left when I'm working my left arm. The reason I'm doing that is because it allows me to bring my arm across my rib cage if I'm here. If I'm here, I can't get my arm across my rib cage, and that's limiting the stretch I can put from my lat. So slight angle, and then stretching out is far better. You'll notice I kind of leave like a half rep in reserve on the second side. It's just because that's my strongest side, so I always do my weakest side first, take that to failure, and then I just match that on the other side. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Oh. So I'm gonna go on to this chest supported low to high row. I really love it for like mid and trap, like upper trap as well. Just kind of shrugging it like low to high and just dragging your elbows back. So it's more like mid back than rear delt because it's quite narrow. So like if you do an upper back bias row and you're out here, pronated grip, you're gonna get quite a lot of rear delt, whereas this is all trap. And that's kind of what I need the most, just a lot of mid back, just a lot of thickness in the rear shots, just a lot of trap. That's what's been the focus. So yeah, this movement is perfect. I love this movement. It's really, really nice. Just gets such a crazy, like localized upper back stimulus. Nice. Yeah, I got it. Come on, let's go. Why is it so shaky? Yeah. Oh. Fuck. This has been a movement I've progressed a lot this off season. Just been running it on leg days and pull days because I'm just trying to get a lot of growth up here. So teres major, basically, the top of the lat. So when you cue that, it's like the opposite of lower lat training. You drag your elbows back more. One thing I always like to suggest is thinking about driving your elbow into your armpit. So you wouldn't be like this if you were doing that. You'd be like that, and that's the upper lat working. So yeah, if you want like a massive front double bicep, don't neglect getting strong at pull downs. That you bring the elbows back, get strong at doing this and this, and then you'll have a massive lat. Going on to the rear delt row. This is amazing for rear delts. I absolutely love it. You kind of bring the elbows back. So yeah, it's a very unique piece. You won't find it in many places, but because of how good it feels, it kind of reiterates how important cuffs are. Like if you have a cuff, I definitely would suggest using it for a rear delt fly. You know, initiating from further up here than here is so beneficial. You minimize wrist flexion, and it allows you to keep that intent where you need it to be. Whew. So going on to a preach curl. So this is pretty heavy in the short, so doing this first. So just trying to bias the short range, like working here, the short head of the bicep. When I do preach curls, I always do it single arm. It just allows you to work through a much bigger range. If you're doing it like this, like you can literally see how I can't get my biceps really short and not as stretched. Whereas if I'm here, I can fully stretch it and then I can get my biceps so much shorter. So you're kind of angling your body away from the side you're working. And yeah, I've ran this for a while and it's definitely one of like my staple bicep movements, like a single arm preach curl. I absolutely love it, especially because it's something that has maximal tension in the short, whereas a lot of bicep movements, like if you use dumbbells, you're not going to get much tension up here. So yeah, it's good to do this at the start, well, at the start of your bicep movements. Oh, fuck. Oh. It's very heavy in the short, jeez. Oh, shit. Now we're going on to doing the biceps in the length and range. So we did that first in the short, now we're training the biceps in the stretch. So these are called like Bayesian curls or behind the body D-handle curls. I don't know why it's called Bayesian, but I don't know what that means. But what is this song? What is this song? Oh. Thank fuck I was not mid deadlift and this song came on. Fucking hell. Can't put a bag on. Bicep pump's too good. So a very, very good pull session in the books today. So really happy with that. Taking the 200 kg row is something that I've been chasing since I started my rows. This push up, I was very fixated on hitting 180, and then once I hit that, I thought let's chase down 200, and we got that today. And it felt really good as well. Just being at this body weight just feels so good. Every warm up on my rows just felt so easy, and that's what you want going into your top set. So like I said earlier, you've got to be prepared to lose your abs quite a bit, if you want to put on a lot of tissue, and that just shows it. And I promise you guys, once I diet down, it will show it even further. Because I'm at a level of softness now, it doesn't show my physique in its true light. It really doesn't. And when I diet down, I will look so much better in videos and photos and stuff like that. And it will show what spending time here has achieved. So yeah, a few more weeks before that, but yeah, just very happy to be doing stuff like this on the gym floor, and it's exciting, and it's why I love doing this. But yeah, thank you for watching. More videos on the way as always. I appreciate all the support. And yeah, we'll keep the content coming. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Sweet.